Hello everyone and welcome here to the SRG Gaming Wintersplit. Today a bit different because we are actually here starting out the second division in this split. This Wintersplit is a bit different because we do have the two divisions, as I was talking a tiny bit about here. So today starting up with the lower tier teams, and we are trying something new, so if I'm a bit confused, sorry guys, we are live from both Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, so a lot of things to take care of here. With me on the casting stand, I do have Milo, and Milo, who do you have with you today?
Yeah, I will today have with me Kashka.
Hello. Yeah, we had to have an emergency substitute because most internet decided to troll us, but I'm here to bring you the Division 2 games.
Ooh, the start of the Division 2 is going to be exciting.
Yeah guys, why is this exciting? Like, what is different here?
Well, we're going to see some, and this is going to maybe sound mean, but that's to be mean. Like, we're going to see some lower tier teams fighting against each other, who are also who's going to be somewhat evenly matched. So I think we're going to see some different playstyles than what we've seen in Division 1, and that's definitely going to be exciting to see.
I feel like in Division 2, because you're not playing with these top tier teams like, diamond players and stuff like that, players actually have more ability to play whatever they want and the playstyles they enjoy. So I actually feel like these games might be more exciting just because of the freedom that players have to play pretty much whatever they feel like, and as long as they can play it really well.
And tell me a tiny bit about what is the teams we're gonna see today. The match between TLF the Phoenix and SRG Gaming Pegasus. TLF the Phoenix, do we know from the division decider? They had a hard time. How do you think they're gonna do it in here in the second division?
Yeah, you mentioned yourself, they actually lost all their decider matches. Which also meant they had to make some big changes, which they have. They have moved 3 of their players around. No one's left the team, no one's new coming in, but they've moved players around, and it's gonna be they're really gonna have to show in Division 2 that the decider matches don't matter. Like, they are coming here to winning games, to like showing they belong here. Which I think is gonna be exciting. But it's also gonna be exciting seeing Pegasus. We haven't seen them before.
But Milo, let's get some inside notice here. You know Pegasus. What can we expect from these guys?
Yes, we can expect some great play. They are playing with a substitute. We will not be seeing Law in the AD carry. We will be seeing Waterboy instead, who's not as experienced as an AD carry. So it's gonna be hard to see what he's gonna do. But I think we're gonna see some interesting plays from them. They have a pretty good lineup.
And sadly, we don't get to see Law tonight. He had an emergency earlier, so it will be Waterboy subbing in here. Waterboy is not an AD carry main, but he's used to playing with the team. How much do you think is gonna affect the team that they will have a substitute AD carry tonight?
So that definitely makes the bot lane an exploitable lane, as Phoenix, yes. They can now play through their bot lane and try to get some sizable advantages, because that player is not used to playing the AD carry role, so that definitely could give an edge.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, as you said, he's not an AD carry main. He's actually a top main, but who knows? We have seen top rookers come down in bot lane before. He might bring down some of that knowledge from top lane.
Let's hope he will here. What about the rest of Pegasus? Let's just start from there. Nigel has been showing really strong things in mid lane. Who else will we look for in this team?
I think one you really want to look out for is the Danish Dragon. He plays really versatile junglers. Like, he doesn't really do, like, for example, Crine, or play only the tank junglers. Or like, as we've seen from the other junglers, like, he doesn't really stick to one. He plays both the damage heavy ones and the tank ones, which is gonna be really important for this versatile pick, especially against a team who have swapped around. They had Jester in the jungle before, now they have Runners in the jungle. And yeah, it's gonna be really important to be able to be versatile against that.
And just to talk a tiny bit about the Phoenix also, of course, they did swap around. So where we did see Ranas in top lane before. Now he is in jungle. Stixie, who was support before, is now top laner. And that gives us Jester on support here. How much does this affect the players that they just had to swap around? And do you think it's a good thing that they did this before going into the split?
It's definitely
Yeah.
so it's definitely a good thing that they did this before going into this split rather than during the split. So, because well they already had some time to get used to their roles. The coordination and the individual performance in these roles could still be shaky, but I don't think but I still think that especially after today, it shouldn't really be a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, I do just want to point out one thing. It is not Suze in the mid lane, as our graphic says. It is still gonna be Champion of Ash in the mid lane, though.
Do we have issues on the graphics here?
Yeah. But I will point out that that's actually something important to watch out for, because Champion of Ash and Teddy Bear is the two people who stayed in their role. They're still playing the mid lane, they're still playing the AD carry. Which is gonna be exciting. Like, they know their roles, and we've seen that before. Teddy Bear is really versatile with his AD carry picks. Champion of Ash loves these mage picks. And that's the same we see on the side of Pegasus with Nigel. He loves these mage picks. It's going to be really exciting to see. Are they going to pick each other's champions? Going to ban each other out? How are they going to play this?
It's going to be really interesting to see what these players will do to get this started off with here. Is there anything we expect to ban away? I know that Law is always saying people don't want to play against my sire, but now he's not here. So what do we expect picks and bans?
I can't give too much away. I've been helping Pegasus out with their bans as well.
We don't want to hear from you then. Casca. Oh, Casca hasn't been playing. This is an emergency. So we are a bit shaky tonight, but that will of course still work out. So it's going to be interesting to see what these teams will do with their information about the others. Holy Christ! The Phoenix had a rough division decider. So I'm really interested in seeing how they can bounce back and end up actually maybe surprising us a tiny bit. I hope they will do, at least. And then it's just to get into the Champions League and see what we can work around.
Yeah, and
expectations for tonight.
As we are seeing, we were just seeing on the stream, they did go 0-5 in the deciders, which is. It's harsh. It can hit you mentally. But I do feel like these players are good enough. They have reset their mind. They are focused on they're in Division 2 now. The Division deciders doesn't matter anymore. They're just going to focus on what's going to happen now. So I expect that we can see evenly matches and hopefully see who comes out on top. Like, I think it's going to be really exciting matches we're going to see.
Don't you think maybe it's also a good thing to just start up in Division 2, chill a bit, and then hopefully end up in the placement games between Division 1, between set 1 and 2. I think that's what Phoenix is kind of thinking about, and I think, if I know Pegasus right, that's their hope also.
I will give Phoenix. They actually have playing in Division status is a major lead in a way. You get to play against these players who are better than you, and you get to learn from them, and you get to see how you can improve. Meanwhile, Pegasus haven't had the chance. They haven't really played in the tournament yet, so they had to sit there. They had to play their scrims they could get, had to practice normally, while Phoenix got to get out there and get the real experience. Meanwhile, so I think that's a big plus for Phoenix actually.
Well, I do think you're right, and if you start in Division 2, it is not over at all. You still have the chance to get in Division 1, and we do also find a winner both for Division 1 and Division 2. So I don't think Division 2 is the worst place to be fair. And I'm looking forward to see these teams go all in with what they have been preparing for this division. I know that both teams have been looking quite a lot into each other, so I'm looking forward to these matches here. What do we expect for today? Phoenix showed us last time they loved the team fights. Do we want to see a lot of team fights tonight?
That would be make it exciting. Seeing a lot of teamfights, seeing a lot of action. I do expect that a lot from Division 2 in general. That we're going to see a lot of action, a lot of team fighting. And it would make some exciting fights, because seeing from what Pegasus' picks normally are, looking at their OPGGs and stuff, they also love playing these fight-heavy champions. So yeah, if we go out into these team fights all the time, it is just gonna be all about who can set up the team fights correctly and who has the better mechanical play.
Well, I'm at least looking forward to see what these teams can do. I think we have everyone ready in the Champions Select here. Let's, before we start up, have a tiny bit talk about this split, because as I said, we do have 2 divisions. We will in the end find a winner of both Division 1 and Division 2, and when these 7 weeks is over, we will have the placement games between Division 1 and Division 2. So the two best teams from Division 2 will play against the 2 teams who had the hardest time in Division 1 to see who will continue in what division here. I think these matches will be really exciting to see. What can Division 1 and 2 actually, how close are these divisions? And when it all stops, when it all ends, there will be chosen 5 MVPs, 1 for each role, and of course the winner of both divisions. So no matter where you started here, I think this split will actually be pretty interesting. As I mentioned before, guys, we're streaming from 3 different platforms tonight. We're both from Twitch, we are from Facebook, and we are from YouTube. So if you don't subscribe, if you are not following us everywhere, please do so you get the notice when we are starting out here. We do stream every day the next 4 months, so this should be pretty interesting here. I think we are almost ready to get started with the first match here. Guys, how important do you think these teams feel that it is to open up the second division?
Well, if Division 1 is anything to go by, then I'm just gonna allow myself to bring back the concept of momentum and starting out right, because that definitely seems to be the name of the game, and I don't think that really changes anywhere. It is something that is constant, and if you can come into your first match and close it out confidently, then it is definitely a big mental boom for the rest of the split.
Yeah, it's definitely always starting off with the right foot ahead, like starting off with a win. Of course, it's always a nice way to start, especially because if you take off the first week with a 2-0, you're already in a good place already. You will be playing a total of, in Division 2 it's a total of 6 matches you'll be playing before we hit week 7, I believe it is. So already getting the first match down and over is gonna be so great for you. So yeah, as Kashgar correctly said, momentum is really important to get ahead right now.
And let's see which of these 2 teams that will get ahead here. 2-0 victory gives 3 points. 2-1 victory gets 2 points and 1 point for the enemy team. So I think it's pretty important for these guys to get the 2-0 tonight. I think also, as you guys are saying, for the momentum, just to feel like they're actually getting started on the right hand. And I think we are about to send the teams into Champions Select here.
Yeah, it will be exciting to see what we're gonna see picked from either sides. As I talked about, we have first of all, mid lane, we have the 2 mage mids on both sides. Champion of Ash and Nigel, both playing a lot of mage mids. Oh, we're starting now, I see.
Yeah, we are going into the Champ Select. TLF the Phoenix, blue side SRG Pegasus on the red side, and Skarner ban is the first ban coming in from the Phoenix.
That we do see, looking through the Danish Dragon, he does play a lot of Skarner, and he does play it really well. Skarner is a strong pick as well right now. You can do a lot with the Skarner, so it's really important to get out of there right away. We're seeing Champion of Ash's Zerath getting banned. That is a really, like, Champion of Ash has been playing that a lot in solo queue, and he's been having a strong showing on it. It's a comfort pick for him, so I think that's why we're seeing it banned from the side of Pegasus.
That definitely does make a lot of sense. Shen ban, as well targeted towards the Pegasus top laner. Kyle does like to play these kind of tanky top laners. So a lot of target and comfort banning coming in from both of these teams so far.
Oh, and we are seeing the Aurelia ban. I think this is to target Stixie. Stixie has been playing Aurelia, and also just generally we are seeing that. So we have to remember, Phoenix has just moved the roster around, which means we have people like Jester, who's pretty new to support. We have Stixie, who only has a few top champions he's been showing comfort on so far. So I think that's a good point to target ban, and as well, Aurelia is just really strong right now. So we're seeing some strong bans from both sides. We're seeing some really strong target bans, but also just some of their stronger champions at the moment.
Yeah, Sion looks like will be the first pick for Kyle in the top lane,
No,
assuming
that's
it does
Phoenix.
go there. Oh,
That's for Phoenix. So
oh,
for Stixie.
I'm sorry. Yeah, for
Stixie
Stixie
starts
then.
off with the Sion pick.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, it is the Stixie pick. Sion in the top lane, most likely could go to support. I don't exclude that possibility. However,
That
it's only
would be really exciting if it goes to, but I do believe it is top. Sion has been showing a lot of dominance in top lately, and the Sion roaming is amazing.
Okay, that's something new.
We're seeing a Rumble pick from the side of Pegasus. Kyle is actually does play a lot of Rumble, and Rumble is really strong at controlling these team fights. And as we talked about in the pre-show, Phoenix loves going for team fights. So I believe Rumble can be really strong in really controlling these team fights if he gets that ultimate down correctly.
The team fight presence of Rumble is definitely something scary. It will be paired with the Poppy though. So I'm actually interested, will the Poppy go into the jungle? Or maybe it is the Rumble in the jungle? I don't know. But it is the Zinzao for the Phoenix.
Yeah, so we're seeing the Vayne on Teddy Bear. So I believe that Phoenix are definitely going to target bot lane. They know Waterboy. They know that Waterboy isn't a strong that strong AD carry. They know he's new to AD carry, so they will probably just be targeting him. Pegasus picks up the Syndra. I believe that is, I believe it's a mistake. They should have saved the Syndra pick for the last pick. First of all, they could save it for a counter pick on mid lane. Plus, now they are allowing Phoenix to ban out AD carries and just remove Waterboy even more from the game, because they already picked their AD carry. They don't need any more AD carries right now.
Yeah, Vayne pick is something that Teddy Bear is comfortable on, whereas on the other side, as you said, Waterboy is a stranger to the AD carry position right now. So banning out these could definitely help. I believe that was a pike ban flashing.
That was a pike ban, yes. So we're seeing Pegasus are targeting Jester. And as I talked about, Jester is very new to the support role. From what I've seen, he's only really been playing Thresh, Pike, and Bard. So if they remove the Bard, there's not really much that he has left to go for as a comfort pick.
Yeah, looks like they...
What? Okay.
I think it might be some pro draft issues.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2 AD carries are removed though, as you said, target banning. I mean, not target banning, but just trying to ban out Waterboy to make sure that Teddy Bear on this Vayne can just survive for as long as possible.
Yeah. So it is interesting. I am curious what that blank ban is then, since that is not the pike apparently. But we are seeing, okay, so we are seeing the Leona picked for Gleck as the support. That means they are leaving the AD carry open for Waterboy. Maybe they believe in Waterboy's skill and want to go for him playing a more counter pick against the whole Phoenix lineup. Which is going to be interesting to see. I have no idea what Phoenix are going to go for in that mid lane against the Syndra. It could be the Malzahar. He has shown some strengths on Malzahar.
Could be.
Or the Zillion. Maybe that's
Zillion could also be a support. So we are going to see what they decide to lock in at the last as the last pick. However, it's a Zillion Vayne, so that means that this Vayne, especially in the later stages of the game, will have quite a lot of pure potential for her.
Yeah, we'll just get movement speed, we'll just get the ultimate, and also even have this in Sao. Ooh, and the Braum is going to get picked up as well. They are really playing this team comp around Teddy Bear right now.
Yeah, that just screams protect the Vayne with the Zinzao. So that is a lot of damage. However, Pegasus, Draven, Hover. Do they decide to lock it in?
If they do, that is going to be very interesting, especially against the Braum. That is not a traditional AD carry you see against Braum. It will be the Draven though.
Yeah, so So Draven into Vayne, a fairly interesting matchup considering how they're pretty much the polar opposites of the AD carry role. If you can sort every single AD carry from early to late game, Vayne and Draven will be pretty much at the opposite sides of that spectrum. So pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still interested about the Draven into Braum pick. Braum has that unbreakable. It'll soak out like its axis so easily. And there's not really much Draven can do about that. So I'm not really sure about the Draven pick. However, they might have a plan for it. We cannot be sure about this. So I want to talk about the mid lane matchup though. They picked the Cillian mid Phoenix. Into Nigel Storm versus Syndra. That's interesting. Nigel he's a hefty Cillian player. He loves playing Cillian himself. He'll know this matchup pretty good probably, and Syndra should just be able to burst out. The Cillian. But we will be going into a break until we get into the game.
Yeah, we are just going to see in a few minutes, so stay tuned. And you're going to see the first game of the Division Deciders. Division 2.
Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take us? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. As I dive in, bloodstains washing underneath the waves.
Hello and welcome everyone, we're back after the short break, the first game of the match between TLF the Phoenix and SRG Pegasus. So, right now we're just seeing both of these teams are trying to go up there, and one of the plays that I feel like this game could be focused around is this bot side, because you have the Draven on the Water Boy, but on the other side Jester is playing the Braum, which can deny a lot of that early aggression that Draven wants to go for.
Yes, I do just want to point out one thing before we focus on that. Kyle left the base without buying items.
That is a confirmed strat that wins you a Game 5 best of 5 series. Rookie did it, so you know.
Ah, yes, of
Yes.
course, he's borrowing from the pros. I hope that is a mistake and not just a borrow from the pros threat. But yeah, no, as you said, the focus could definitely be on the bot lane, at least in the early game. If Draven gets behind, he has a hard time getting back in. And it's difficult for him to get in front in this lane. It's difficult to get a lead. He's against a Braum. I think his best bet is to push up the lane and then just try and roam towards mid lane, or they try and go into the jungle of Phoenix. Like, I don't see much other opportunity for them.
Yeah, and Randers is on as Zhao, who is a fairly strong duelist, so if this jungle is kept unchecked, then he could definitely look to snowball some leads either against the Danish Dragon's Poppy, which could be fairly difficult, or just try and snowball some other lanes. So
Yeah.
what do you think both of these junglers will try to accomplish this game?
I think we'll be seeing a lot of ganking from the side of runners, especially just to shut down either the mid lane or the bot lane. Meanwhile, I think we'll see the Danish Dragon just wanting to get a few items before he does anything. Poppy doesn't have that much damage early. She needs a few items first. She does have the stun if she needs it. So who knows? She might be trying to go for the ganks. Either you can actually do either with the Poppy.
Yeah, now level 2 hit early by the Phoenix bot lane. Instead, these teams want to go fight, and this definitely shows. As actually Teddy Bear and Jester, they managed to force Waterboy and Gleck out of this lane for now. That's actually a lot of damage onto Waterboy's German Ignite is down, and he's already onto very low HP, but so is Teddy Bear, and he picks up the first Blood Flash away as well as the heal are used. That's a lot of summoners, but Gleck is stand up, Teddy Bear is hammering away, Flash away from Lendage, Flash followed, and Jester picks up the kill.
So, as I said, we should focus on the bot lane. Yeah, so there was a little bit of I wouldn't say communication, because it didn't seem like miscommunication, but missed fighting from the side of Pegasus. We see that the Draven is actually going for the level 1 versus level 2 fight. Ooh, this is gonna be exciting. What's gonna happen here?
Yeah, the Danish Dragon tries to go for the invade steal. Raders goes in. Actually, Danish Dragon picks up the Lula, flashes away, but Stixie is on his way down. Can he make it out? One bomb lands from Jamil and Flash, and it is the double bomb stand. Can they follow up with the CC? Vor of the Slayer lands the stone, and the decimating smash finds the knockup, and Danish Dragon is running very low. Can they find the kill? He's already in extremely low, and Stixie should pick it up. Actually, Raders gets the kill in the end.
Yeah, so Randers ends up flashing for that kill, which is not worth it. Oh,
I feel like there's more action, but there's a pause, so we can
there's a pause. Let's see what the chat says. There's some headset problems. There's some headset problems from the side of Pegasus. We are seeing Gleck having some issues. But yeah, just to talk about what happened there. Runners flash for the kill, even though Stixie would have gotten it with the shield pretty much no matter what. I think that's a misuse of flash in general. I think that's just Runners being greedy for the kill, wanting the kill. But it's also, we're seeing Danish Dragon getting caught out.
Yeah, so is Kyle as well. We are coming straight from the post. He does manage to get the flash over the wall, so gets himself to safety for now, but he is considerably behind in CS due to the fact that he had to go back and buy his items.
Yeah. So this is not a great start from the side of Pegasus, who has a team who wants a great start. So it's gonna be definitely gonna be an uphill battle from now, but we're still only 4 minutes in game. A lot can happen still.
Yeah, definitely a lot could happen, and yeah, it is already a 2,000 gold lead at 4 minutes, so that is something big. But I have a feeling that it is something we could get used to in Division 2, and what we also could hope for are the comebacks, which is what I'm very excited for. But right now, the Phoenix, they did manage to get this ops, and right now they are looking very strong. The bot lane got a 2v2 kill. Vander's also managing to pick himself a kill on the Xin Zhao. And apart from the mid lane, I mean, the Phoenix are pretty much ahead everywhere.
Yeah. So there's not really right now. Pegasus, they just want to try, and I know this sounds stupid, but either they want to try and farm up, or they want to get Danish Dragon out there. So Danish Dragon tried something by invading before. It almost worked out, but it didn't fully. So now he just want to go for the ganking again and again and again. He kind of has to, because if Pegasus is falling too far behind now, it's over. They can't do much.
That is definitely scary. However, right now Nigel is actually finding himself a fairly healthy CS lead in this mid lane, and also managing to win the trades against Champion of Ash on the Syndra. So that is definitely a light of hope that the Pegasus could try and abuse in order to get back in this game.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. So one thing that Pegasus definitely has to start looking out for is the Scion. He's about to hit level 6. He's gonna get that ultimate, and he's gonna start roaming. We saw him just the second that Danish Dragon got caught out. He was already fast. Styx was fast to roam down and just help. When he first gets the Unstoppable Onslaught, that's gonna be even worse. But we are just seeing some casual farming in bot lane. Neither side really want to go for the fight. I do believe that on the side of Phoenix, they could actually go for the fight. But they're not. They're just gonna farm up and say, hey, we're scaling better than you, so we don't even need the fight anymore. You gave us the early kills, we'll just farm from now on.
And the farming strategy does seem to work, since Teddy Bear is finding a minor CS lead over Waterboy so far in this game. Nothing too huge yet, and both of the junglers are still yet to try and make more impact. Vanders already was active on the map, but the Danish Dragon, if he finds something that could definitely swing the game back into the Pegasus favor. However, right now there is some more fighting in the bot lane. Black already been stunned and Exhaust has been burned as well. Waterboy is out of mana, and what can he do? Stun into the wall. That's actually pretty huge. Concussive blows are tickling down. Ignite will be enough. Yes, it will. Jester picks up the kill, and it is a sole 2v2 kill in the bot lane.
Yeah, so we saw, it's like they can hear me. I was just talking about how they weren't fighting, and that they could, but they didn't need to. And what do they go and do? They fight. So yes, definitely. So Waterboy is thrown way behind now. And Gleg is standing there and can do nothing about it. He tried going in for the stun on Teddy Bear, but it just wasn't enough. They could keep on going. And Phoenix can just keep going for these fights now. Waterboy is so far behind, and Waterboy cannot hit through this Bronze Shield.
And Waterboy also burned both of his summoners whilst trying to escape. So that is a huge potential gank target right now for the Phoenix. Especially that now Stixie has teleport on the Sion. Ultimate should become available in a matter of minute or so, or just above a minute. And it is possible to just try and abuse this bot lane as much as possible right now. So Waterboy and Gleg, they really need to play careful from now on. But where else can Pegasus find advantages in this early game?
So Pegasus, they gotta start looking towards the mid lane now. Nigel is having a small lead there. Champion of Ash isn't that difficult. He's a Cillian, he plays Cillian, so it's not gonna be that difficult a lane to gank, especially with the knockback.
Ooh, Waterboy gets stuck by the Winter's Bite, put them into the wall. That's so much damage that the bird picks up an easy kill.
So, Waterboy needs to start watching out, especially for the walls. I think he's scared of...
Oh, that's a lot of damage. It is the unleashed power as well as the ignite, and Nigel picks up a solo kill in the mid lane.
That's what I talked about. Nigel could get the solo kills on Champion of Ash, and he did. Champion of Ash did actually have his ultimate up, so I don't know why he didn't use that. But yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, we have to... Waterboy has to start remembering that, yes, you want to dodge the Braum Q, but there's also the stun from Vayne if you're too close to the walls. And that's what happens if you stand up against the walls. You get punished.
Now Nigel is in this bot lane. He has been spotted though, and the Phoenix bot lane will disengage, but the flash scatter the weak stun onto Jester. Teleport is coming down from Stixie, I believe, and Nigel is already very, very low. Gets taken down. Cal is in there as well. The equalizer into one member. However, Gleg falls down, and it is 2 kills already for the Phoenix. The third one is to fall, and Teddy Bear picks up himself a double kill, make that a triple kill, and that Vayne is 5-0 and 3 flash with the Winter's Bite does not connect onto the Danish Dragon as he charges the Keeper's Verdict and it misses, but looks like he will get himself out. But that's a huge fight for the Phoenix.
That was... Okay, so Phoenix played that really well, and Pegasus were just all over the place there. So it actually ended up everyone coming down, besides Danish Dragon. He came late. And we're again seeing Waterboy and Gleg are not respecting this lane. They should just, the second they didn't get the correct stun in from Nigel, they should have backed off and said, hey, we don't want any more here. It's fine. What happened happened. But no, they kept going. They kept trying. They tried to kill Jester, who's Braum. He's really tanky, hard to get through. And that just allowed Styx to get into the back line, get them down, and then they just piled on one after one from the side of Pegasus and just got taken out.
And now Teddy Bear is so strong on this Vayne pick. 5-0 and 3. He's sitting on 2.4k gold right now. So if he can go to base, he definitely finishes the Blade of the Ruin King and whatever else he decides to go for. It is the boots. And even Styx is winning the trades in the top side very hard with this Cyan.
Yeah, so we're actually seeing Stixie is he's gotten the assist. He got 4 assists now. He's got allowed to get some items. And as you said yourself, that Kyle had to back early and go and buy items cost him a lot. He had to lose some farm from that. And we can just see the effects of that now. He is just in a lane where he should be winning. He just can't. There's no chance for him.
Yeah, and Stixie, he managed to take Kyle down very low, but a flash away from Kyle will keep him safe for now. Ultimate is available for him, so he could try and use it to deny the wave push. Will look like he just backs off as the bot lane of the Phoenix is already in the top lane. That the Danish Dragon tries to go up there to answer as well. The Equalizer now used to try and stop this wave from really damaging the turret too much. However, it looks like the Phoenix, they will go for it anyways. They do not care about the turret aggro. Randers is taking actually dangerously low. Kill has been invested. He just stays alive, but they have to also into the back line, and Styx is taken down already. But Cal is sure to follow. Teddy Bear picks up the kill. Keeper's Verdict will knock Teddy Bear as well as the zombie Cyan away. And now Nigel might look for a play in the bot lane. This game is just full of action. The stun just barely connects, and the cleanse invested just for good measure. But it is a kill and the turret for the side of the Phoenix, just exchanged for 1 kill.
Yeah, so we're seeing, instead of trying to proper punish this somewhere else, we're seeing a lot of Pegasus trying to move up to stop this power play. And they just couldn't. They just didn't have they couldn't invest in it, and Cal was already so low. There was no really chance of doing it. Meanwhile, they were trying in bot lane, which they just ended up missing too much.
And now Champion of Ash. Oh, this time he does use his ultimate. Ignite has been invested as well as Unleash Power. Flash away will try and stay alive for a while. The level up actually does manage to give him some mana with a Lost Chapter, but it looks like Pegasus do not want to go for any place as the Herald is summoned in the mid lane.
We're just seeing right now that Phoenix just has the control over the whole map. They decide what's happening where. They couldn't even take down Champion of Ash. He just ultimates and they couldn't do anything against him afterwards.
Yeah, that's actually a really good heroic charge into the wall. Vanders is already below 200 HP, will get taken down. Cal picks up the kill with the Flame Splitter. That was slightly greedy for Vanders.
Yeah, so as you said, really greedy from runners, but they didn't and he didn't do that because Phoenix was so far ahead. They already got another charge on the tower even. And we just seen that instead of Pegasus having playing their own game, they're having to keep responding to the game of Phoenix. We see Phoenix making plays all over the map, and Pegasus just has to try and keep up at the moment. Instead of what they actually wanted to was to play their own game. We see in the top, for example, we see that Phoenix has so great control over Pegasus jungle.
And right now, if you just look at that complete control, 5,000 gold lead, how do Pegasus even try and come back in this game?
Honestly, at this point, this game, as long as you don't see any stupid risky plays from the side of Phoenix, it's over. Pegasus picked the early game comp and they did not get the early game. They can try and scale, but Teddy Bear will just get stronger. Stixie will just get more, well, sticky. And runners will just, run down your AD carry.
And I just want to praise the bot lane for the Phoenix because they have been playing so well, picking up actually quite a few 2v2 kills without any investment of their team. And right now that results in Teddy Bear being 6-0 and 3 on the Vayne, already working towards his second item at 15 minutes. And compare that to the Draven, he's so insanely ahead on a late game pick, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so we've seen some pretty good plays.
Right now Cal actually uses the Equalizer, but he's knocked into the wall already, dangerously low, but so is Teddy Bear. He's shut down, taken down. Cal picks up the kill, but it is traded back immediately, and just flashes over the wall.
So that was such an important pick from the side of Pegasus. They get the massive shutdown of 800 gold, and they take him out. Like, they needed to kill Teddy Bear to do anything around this map, and that's what they did. That was a really risky, as I talked about, there's nothing Pegasus could do unless Phoenix made risky plays, and that's what we saw.
And it looks like it is another pause, so...
And it's another headset issue, this time on the side of Phoenix.
I feel like headset might be broken. Everyone, guys, you're watching? Are your headsets okay? Let us know in the Twitch chat. We need to know. But coming back into the game, that pick was pretty crucial. If Pegasus want to come back into this game, they really need to watch out for more of these.
Yeah, so definitely Phoenix has to stop making these risky plays. They're ahead. They don't need to. They're scaling comp even, so they don't need to make these risky plays. They can just keep taking it chill. Time is on their side. They can wait for Pegasus to make the stupid fights. They can wait for Pegasus to try and play around the map. But the longer the game goes, the bigger chance there is Phoenix will win. So Phoenix doesn't have to go for anything. They can play on the time. On the other side, Pegasus, they're pressured. They're behind. They're a team that doesn't scale as well. They're gonna try and make the risky plays to try and get back in. They do not have the time on their side at all.
No, they do not, but if you look at it, there is some potential hope, because at least in the mid game, since Kyle already completed Leandri's tournament on his Rumble, and there is that Stormbrazer on Waterboy, so those items definitely do not match anything that the Phoenix currently has. But I mean, I've got to ask you, do you think that the Pegasus can find something in the mid game, or are the Phoenix are just going to stomp over them?
If Pegasus is going to find anything, it is definitely in the mid game they need to find it. The mid game is where it's going to happen. The mid game is where they're going to be strongest. We see in the mid game that they have the Draven who can still deal out some damage, especially with the Stormrazor, as you said. We have Nigel, who actually hasn't been doing too bad. Nigel has actually been doing pretty great this game. Who still has this massive damage that he can deal out with the Syndra. And as you said, we're seeing Kyle starting to get some damage. But he has to watch out. He's playing a very squishy version right now. And he can be taken out so easily, especially because he doesn't have boots. So we see finished boots on all the side of Phoenix. Meanwhile, on the side of Pegasus, we see Kyle doesn't even have any boots. And we're seeing that Waterboy only has boots of speed. That means that if Phoenix want to go for it, they can run them down now.
And the potential to just use the Zillion speed, combine that with the unstoppable onslaught, and Randers just being there, and then Teddy Bear just cleaning up, that is a definitely scary prospect, especially, as you mentioned, not as much movement speed available for the Pegasus to escape, so they need to pick their fights correctly and not be in really bad spots, since they will just get run down. And currently, we're back in the game after the pause, taking a quick look at the gold lead. It has extended to 6,000, and the Phoenix are not showing any signs of stopping.
Yeah, Phoenix are just setting up around this drag that just came alive. They're having Stixie split, pushing the top lane, drawing a lot of the attention up from Pegasus. We're seeing actually 3 Pegasus members moving towards the top lane. Meanwhile, Phoenix can just either go for this fight or they can just go for the dragon. Looks like they are just gonna look towards the dragon.
Yeah, and 3 members of Pegasus up in the top lane trying to deal with Stixie, maybe find something. Unstoppable Onslaught and Flash are available. Stixie now decides to use it, actually makes it out alive to safety, and the dragon falls for the side of the Phoenix.
Yeah, so this is terrible for Pegasus. They invested 3 members in top lane and they got nothing out of it. Afterwards, they had the 2 other members, they went into the jungle. Which meant that Phoenix could just do what they just did. They could just go mid lane and take the tower. No one was stopping them.
And right now both mid lane turrets are taken down. This means so much potential vision control in the jungle, and it looks like, I mean, they're just now going back in the base, trying to restock on the wards, and right now it becomes a very scary game to play for the Pegasus.
Yeah, so Pegasus are just getting slowly pushed. So this is exactly what I just talked about that Phoenix should do. Take it slow. Play around the map, slowly push Pegasus back into their base, and that's what we're seeing happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Phoenix going 1-4 now, sending Sion top lane and the rest of the squad bot lane, for example. Because we're at a point, Kyle cannot deal with Stixie Sion at all.
Ooh,
Talk about
Nigel
Pegasus
in the
amp.
mid lane, he is getting slow, but really nice interrupt on the decimating smash, but it just comes out of the cooldown. He is knocked up, and now the Danish Dragon tries to go in, stop anything. Keeper's Verdict will get interrupted. He is ignited now, and he's just slowly chunked down. The decimating smash seals his fate as he's taking down Stixie, picking up the kill.
Yeah. And
Oh, now Glegg goes in with the Zenith Blade, finds a nice solo throw, but he's in the middle of everything and cannot get out. Stixie picking up just another kill, and now Pegasus are 2 members short as the Phoenix are knocking on their base.
that was a really interesting go from the side of Glegg. There wasn't really anyone to follow him up. Nigel was half health, had to back off. Kyle was just already backed all the way off, and Danish Dragon was dead. Waterboy was bot lane.
Ooh, Champion of Ash picking a kill onto Nigel with the bombs. That is pretty huge. Now only 2 members to defend. Although actually Danish Dragon has respawned, so did Glegg right now. And the Equalizer is available. Now it will be used to try and slow the retreat, but the Phoenix still managed to back off.
Yeah, so we're seeing Pegasus having so much control here. They have the poking in the Champion of Ash, and they have the engage potential in the rest of the team if they need it. And that's what we've seen this whole game.
Now the Danish Dragon goes in, double hammer shock slow, but it will not be enough for the rest of the team to catch up just yet. He does get stunned, Decimating Smash tries to deter any further engage, and it will do so for now, but Pegasus, they might get control of some of their jungle back.
So definitely what Pegasus wants to do right now is the fact that all the Phoenix are backing off. So Pegasus just wants to get up some wards, clear out some of the enemy wards in their jungle, and get back the control of the map. They have lost this map control completely. They haven't gotten a single tower, they haven't gotten a single dragon, and they've lost all their jungle pretty much. They need to get back the control, they need to get some objectives.
Ooh, that's a nice stun, could result in something. However, Teddy Bear is safe behind that Braum. And this is the pick that you talked about earlier, how it can deny a lot of stuff in the laning phase. Well, it can also deny a lot of potential plays in the mid game, looks like.
Yeah, this Braum pick is doing so much.
Nigel is slowed down and actually takes down Teddy Bear with the unleashed power. This could be huge, but Vanders immediately trades the kill back with the flash and heroic charge. But here comes the pain train. Knock up onto 2 members, decimating smash, and that's 3 kills for the side of the Phoenix.
Yeah, so Phoenix will just be trying to push up now. They are sending Stixie in the top lane just to deal with Kyle, which is actually teleporting back to where Stixie just came from.
That's 200 IQ teleport plays right here.
But this means they're doing exactly what I think they would be doing. They're just doing a little later. So they're sending Stixie in the top lane, let him push up there. Meanwhile, we're sending the rest of the team towards bot lane, getting the towers there, because there's nothing much to get mid lane right now. They could have gone for the inhibitor turret, but there's not really much reason for them to do so. They rather want to just open up the map more than probably rotate towards Baron or try and set up more fights like they just did.
And they do manage to secure that tower. The gold is now extending to over 10,000. This is honestly insane. Pretty much everyone is everyone is ahead on the side of the Phoenix, and the game does start to look really hard for the Pegasus. The window is closing. They do manage to hit their first items on their carries. So if they can find more picks like that one on the Teddy Bear without getting caught out, then that is a potential avenue back in this game.
Yeah. We're seeing Stixie, he's just running around inside the jungle right now. He is getting caught. He's forced to use his flash. But I don't even believe this flash was that necessary there. They don't do that much damage to him at the moment. Stixie's gotten so tanky. He doesn't have his ultimate or his teleport. So backing here, if he backs all the way back, it could be risky. But Waterboy is showing himself down bot lane, which is telling so much for Phoenix. Phoenix can actually do whatever they want, as Waterboy is not there. It makes you see Waterboy is still only sitting under Storm Racers.
He's sitting on 1.2k gold right now, so definitely has some potential to buy up on the items. One thing I like is that Pegasus used their window of opportunity, and they did manage to set a basic vision line in the river. So right now, actually, the Phoenix, they cannot sting the Baron, but the Unstoppable Assault has been used towards the bot lane, as there is the disengage in the mid lane as well. Looks like the kills will not go down anyway. The turret has fallen bot lane, but now the inhibitor tower will be the focus for the Phoenix.
That was a great ultimate.
Oh, actually, that's a great shield visual coming in, and Nigel Stopper is already taken down. Glegg stand up with a concussive blow. It's a double kill for Teddy there, and now the mid lane turret looks to be taken down soon as well. Whirling Death will not do anything. just tags Jester, and they are going to disengage, taking the tower, taking the kills,
And take the dragon.
and taking the dragon as well. And this game looks like it is just in the Phoenix hands right now. All they need to do is just go to that Baron, set up properly, take it, and it pretty much is theirs. Pegasus, they really need to pray for a miracle of a fight right now in order to come back.
Yeah, we do have to give big props to Phoenix's bot lane, Teddy Bear and Jester. They have been playing this game so well, and been playing so well together actually. We've been seeing them making plays around the map together. We've been seeing them get ahead bot lane together. And we've just been seeing Jester just playing this Braum so excellently.
Yeah, Keepers were being used for the Danish Dragon to try and secure the turret. Not entirely sure if it was necessary, but they still do manage to get some gold back in their pockets. The gold lead still sticks around 11. Oh, that's actually a really great flash heroic charge into the wall onto Champion of Ash. But he does have the Chrono Shift available, so it won't even be popped.
That
For a
is
sec.
actually better for them that it doesn't get popped at that point.
Yeah, now Gleck is just gonna get run down by Teddy Bear, who picks up an easy kill on the Vayne. He's already sitting on 3 items, 10, 2, and 4, and it looks like there is barely anything that can stop this man.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, you're right. There's not much that can stop him at this point. We are, they're just getting run down right now, Phoenix.
Yeah, and Randers, he's running very low. Danish Dragon tries to go in, but Waterboy in the backline actually did a shutdown. Nitro Stoneberry coming up with the huge pick, but can they translate it into a big fight? Jester picking up the kill onto Waterboy. I believe that might have been the ignite, and it looks like it is a 1-for-1 for now. However, Jester, it is the second time he got caught out in a fight, so he definitely has to be more careful, because Nigel, he is playing the Syndra, he can one-shot him.
I think you're talking about Teddy Bear.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Nigel has been showing up. He's been showing that if Teddy Bear gets too close, Teddy Bear is dead. Teddy Bear needs to stay behind Jester and just kill whatever's close to him. He doesn't have to go for these focus targets. Because trading Teddy Bear for Waterboy is really not worth it at this point.
Especially the sheer amount of gold that you get. Unfortunately, Waterboy on the Draven, it's not really his game, to say the least. He's 0 and 5, didn't manage to pick up a single kill, so he's not even worth that much gold. I'm pretty sure that Stixie will get more for this Scuttle Crab than the Phoenix got for the kill onto Waterboy. On the other side, you've got that Vayne, who is 10, 3, and 5. The big shutdown already came at 7 kills, so they're not getting huge amounts of gold, but definitely it's more worth. And also, with Teddy Bear gone, Champion of Ash does have some damage, so does Vanders. But really, it is a huge chunk of the overall strength in the team fights taken with that pick.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, what if Pegasus wants to have a chance now? They just want to go look for getting a pick on Teddy Bear and then try and force the fight afterwards. Because we are seeing that Nigel has a huge amount of damage. We are seeing that Waterboy actually does have some damage, and so does Kyle if they get to do these fights.
Yeah, Kyle actually on 2 items sitting as well as on the boots. So is Nigel, so that is actually more items than Champion of Ash. That's a big stun and a lot of damage. Chrono Shift is available, but he does not even get to use it. Waterboy gets the shutdown, but it is the Baron for the Phoenix. That's the pain chain dog up onto 2 members. That's a great equalizer to the backline, and Teddy Bear is the focus. He's running very low, exactly down, and he's taken down. This might be the fight that Pegasus are looking for. The Danish Dragon in for 9 will look to get taken out, and so is Kyle with the zombie sign. But it's a great stun to Randers. Waterboy looking to run him down. Does find 1 auto attack. 1 more will do it, but it will not be enough. It is a 3-4-2 fight. The Phoenix get the Baron, but Pegasus get the shutdowns they needed.
That was the fight that Pegasus needed at this point. There are still 2 Baron buffs up. There's still runners on Jester, but they got 3 for 2, and they got important picks. They got important kills, and that shows. If you're taking out Teddy Bear fast in the fights, if you're just zoning him out, it's an easy fight for you. I know they called out Champion of Ash before the fight, which was really great for them, but the big fact was that they just got out Teddy Bear so fast in that fight. They didn't kill him fast, but they zoned him out immediately, and that's what they want to look for if they want to win these games.
And the gold lead, it's still huge. However, right now, yeah, the Phoenix are bleeding definitely in these fights, and the Pegasus are fighting these avenues back in this game now. Nigel, he might be in a really bad position. He does get taken down. That's an overextension that Pegasus can't really afford.
That is that's not something you don't want to see from the side of Pegasus. You do not want to see that Nigel, the guy that has most of your burst, gets taken out. Because, well, they don't have much to do with Teddy Bear now. Like, the Danish Dragon can try and run on him, but it's just not going to be enough. And this might actually be the game for Phoenix getting that pick.
Yeah, if they can find more than that, definitely is the case. Danish Dragon does find a good keeper's verdict, but Teddy Bear is untouched. Greg already half HP, he's going to get taken out soon, but so is Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear is in the front line. He does survive, and that's managed to pick the shot down. The equalizer misses everything. Teddy Bear stays alive, he takes the double kill, and as you said, this might as well be the game. Nigel just respawned right now. Can he be the man to bring the game home for Pegasus? One target has fallen, and another is shooting to follow. That's a really great scatter, the weak stand, but is it enough? There is the chrono shift. Nigel Strawberry falls down, and it is not enough. The Phoenix, they get the win in game 1 over Pegasus.
Yeah, so, yeah, there's not much to say. That was the game 1. It happened exactly as we would say it would, depending on how the early game went.
And yeah, I mean, Phoenix definitely had 1 or 2 moments where they kind of dropped their guard, but still they managed to get a fairly clean win to the end. It is 28 minutes. They were 14k gold ahead at the last point. I mean, I mean, if you just look at the damage, Teddy Bear, literally one damage of 25,000. The man pretty much that got this game on his back and decided to carry it to the end, which is not but it is, I feel like it is needed to say that Pegasus, they showed that they have potential to come back from these wins. It's just that they were so far behind that really they couldn't do that much.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Like here, we just wanted to. We saw towards the late game that when they do something right, they really do it right. We saw Pegasus almost taking it back with that great fight at Baron, and they should just keep going like that. So definitely, you're definitely right about that.
Alright, then what do we want to see Pegasus change coming into game 2?
I want to see them, if they're gonna play the same comp, they need to play more aggressive early. Or I want to see them play a more, not scaling comp, but a more mid-game oriented comp. Because they showed that they play the mid-game really well if they, and they can take the fights. So I want to see them change that, but I also want them to maybe just be more aware of Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear is a scary man if he gets to do what he wants.
Alright, then we are just going to jump into a short break before we'll see if the Phoenix will take the 2-0 win or if Pegasus take us into game 3. Stay tuned. Alright, hello and welcome everyone back. We are just seconds away from going into the champ select in game 2 between Pegasus and the Phoenix. The Phoenix, they get the game 1 victory. Pegasus, they did show a glimpses of hope. I'm back here with Milo. Welcome back.
Thank you. So yeah, they, as you said, so they show glimpses of hope, and let's go to game 3. Like, that would be the ideal. Of course, not for Phoenix. They want to get the 2-0. Of course, for Pegasus, that would be the best for them right now, going for the 3 games. And just for the fun of it all, it would be fun if it would be best for us going 3 games.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright, so I believe the pro draft should be starting fairly soon. So you said that you want Pegasus to draft a more mid-game oriented comp. And okay, now we are going into the picks and bans. I'm interested to see if they decide to ban away any of the Phoenix picks that they picked last game, or will they just stick to their original bans? Because that is something that we've seen mixed. Some teams, after losing game 1, they will just ban out the same thing as in game 1, or they would just ban out the champions, and it looks like it is the Vayne first ban.
They are respecting Teddy Bear a little more this game, it looks like, which makes sense. He had a really strong showing. They're still respecting the support in Jester. He did play really well Braum, and they are too scared to see his Thresh, which I get. Meanwhile, we're seeing Phoenix just making the same bans, like why fix what ain't broke, right?
Right. It is a Kaiser ban as well from Pegasus, so definitely showing even more respect for Teddy Bear and how he can play these more late game oriented champions. It is a Vigar ban coming in from the Phoenix, and Pegasus, they just decide to pick the Cyan this time.
Yeah, so they decide to go for the Cyan themselves this time. I know that is a really comfort pick in the top lane for them. It's Kill, he likes playing Cyan, and Cyan is really strong champion. But they are giving over the Lucian Braum combo to Phoenix.
Yeah, and after how dominant they were with the Vayne Braum last game, this can only get better for Phoenix. So Pegasus, they really have to think, what do they want to play bot lane in order to try and counter that as much as possible. Looks like might be the Caitlyn.
The Caitlyn does make sense. The Caitlyn is a little more defensive, more mid-game oriented. Oh, the Israel as well. He's hard to play into a Braum and Lucian, but he is definitely more mid-game oriented, and he is easier to play in a team-oriented sense than Draven.
Alright.
Oh, the Jax. That is the Jax in the jungle, I think.
Yeah, so Jax, I mean, you wanted a more mid-game oriented comp. Is that what you thought? Does Jax fit that description or not necessarily?
Jax is great into this. Like, he'll just go on Lucian and say, nope, you do not get to do what you want. Which is what I definitely want to see. I want to see them try and shut down Teddy Bear some more. So it makes sense. They are banning the Syndra. It makes sense. Nigel did play a really strong Syndra before, and they do respect Nigel for that.
Yeah, another respect that ban. It is the Xerath. Champion of Ash did not decide to pick it before. Now it is just a ban, and it is the Zinzao once again. So it might be the Zinzao Jax matchup in the jungle. Do you have any thoughts about that, or is it just like your standard boring jungle matchup?
I believe that they will just respect each other. Not do anything to each other, just respect each other. Just leave each other alone, gank whatever lanes they're now gonna gank, and just, yeah, not give each other a second thought, to be honest, before we get to the mid game. Alright,
a lot of mid lane bans, looks like it. Syndra, Galio, Xerath removed. Pegasus are thinking on the last ban. It is the Zillion, so I mean it is already, it will be the Zillion in the end. So the mid lane pool becomes very, very pinched. The Phoenix, they decide to go in with the Ornn, so...
The Ornn into the Cyan, that is just a farm lane for both of them. Like, I don't think we're gonna see too much fighting, and Cyan doesn't really mind that. He'll just farm up his W, get a lot of health, become tanky. And Ornn doesn't mind that either. He'll get his items, get ready for the team fights. Is it the Cassiopeia we'll be seeing?
Is it? I don't know, there is still 6 seconds. It will be the Cassiopeia.
Oh, we've seen some strong plays on this in the Division Deciders. From one person in particular, Roofer, I believe it was, who played it.
Yeah, I do believe that is as well the case. They might look to pick up themselves an Alistar as well. That is a fairly strong support. So now Pegasus that definitely looks like some mid-game potential for fights.
They have definitely changed the comp a lot for more mid-game oriented, and it's stronger this time. It's way stronger. I actually like the Pegasus draft this time as well a lot, but I also have to give to Phoenix. They have gotten a fairly good draft so far. The Sensao doesn't really fit well together with the Ornn and the Braum because they want people together, you know, knock them up.
Alright, that's an Orianna. So the Phoenix, I feel like they want to go to team fights.
Phoenix doesn't want to go to team fights, and again, Sensao doesn't make sense to me. Orianna, let's pull them together. Ornn, let's knock them up when they stand together. Braum, let's knock them up when they stand together. Sensao, let's push them away. Like,
Yeah, I feel
the Sensao pick doesn't make much sense in my head in this. But who knows? He might just use his ultimate before even going in.
yeah, Sensao more like, I feel like just that kind of annoying bruiser that just goes into the entire team might save his ultimate after the wombo combo as well. So, you know, we're going to have to see. So, overall, Phoenix, they might want to go to fight, some counter synergy. What do Pegasus want to go for?
Pegasus, they definitely want to go for... Pegasus, they definitely want to go for the side of... what's it called? Go for the fights, but they don't want to go for the big fights. They want to go for the skirmishes now and then. With the Cassiopeia, with the Elsa. They just want to catch out 1 or 2 people, get them out, and then continue on. But we are having some smaller issues from the team Pegasus. So we will just go into a small break and then we'll see you guys afterwards.
Yeah.
Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take us? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. As I dive in, bloodstains washing underneath the waves.
There we go. Alright guys, so sadly we did have, as there was talking about, a bit of issues on the jungler from Pegasus. His PC would not let him into League. So this means that Frenzy Gaming Pegasus needs to forfeit match 2, and this gives a 2-0 victory for Team Lightning Fang the Phoenix. Casca and Milo, this is really sad. We wanted 2 games, at least 2 games.
Yeah.
But please talk me through what happened in game 1 here.
So game 1, I mean, Teddy Bear and what was the name, Jester, they were really dominant in bowling, like finding duo kills left, right, and center, and then they just managed to snowball this lead and get the win in the end.
Yeah, there's not much to say. They showed real dominance at that bot lane, and it definitely shows the handicap of having a substitute. That you were having one water boy who wasn't an AD carry main in any sense, and he was up against Teddy Bear, who's a really good AD carry main, and Jester, who plays really well Braum. So yeah, definitely it was harsh, and yeah, that's all there's really to say about that.
But I'm also looking at, we're talking a bit about the Phoenix having a hard time in the Division Decider. This game didn't look like a hard time at all. What difference did we see from Phoenix Division Decider to this Division 2?
Well, first of all, in Division 2, they're not gonna get punished as hard for the little mistakes as they were gonna get by some of the, at least by the teams that got into, the teams we saw getting into Division 1. Those teams are better at punishing the small mistakes than what we're gonna see here in Division 2. But they did make the change. They did make the roster swapping around, and they did need a big change, which they made, and it seemed like it was working for them.
They just managed to get the change, and also what I really like is Teddy Bear has been fairly consistent as an AD carry in the Division Deciders. He hasn't really had any standout performances as such, and Jester was a jungler that has been a playmaker and the carry for the team. So right now that you put Jester in the bot lane with Teddy Bear, we just saw in game 1 what they can do together. So I'm actually looking really forward how this dynamic will develop in Division 2, and I'm confident that if they keep playing like they did today, they can finish at the top of Division 2.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And what about the Phoenix, Pegasus? Do we think we can actually have an idea of how they're playing due to this first game, or is it too affected of them having a substitute in who is not really AD carry main?
I don't think you can decide their whole playstyle from this one game. I don't even think you can decide the whole Phoenix playstyle from this one game. There were some, as you said, substitute, but there were also just like, once you get behind from the early game, they had a hard time coming back. We haven't seen how they play from when they're in front. We haven't seen how Phoenix plays from when they're behind. So I definitely think there's still much to learn about these teams.
Alright guys, well, usually we will talk about MVP for both teams for all 2 or 3 games. I think we should still talk about the MVPs for these 2 teams. What do we think?
Well, it's really hard to pick an MVP from one game, because I still stand by the notion that the MVP should be the most consistent player, but for the side of the Phoenix, I would actually give it to Jester, since it was Jester and Teddy Bear that really got the bot lane rolling, but Teddy Bear did get caught a few times, and I feel like Jester has been just more consistent overall. So that's me for the Phoenix. On the other side, Pegasus, I'm gonna go with Nigel, because again, that's only one game, and actually feels really weird to award an MVP for the series, even though it was only one game. But his Syndra, I mean, he was the person that nearly got them there, and he found those multiple picks onto Teddy Bear. So my votes are are Jester for the Phoenix and Nigel for Pegasus.
And I agree, definitely. Jester was the one. We talked about how Teddy Bear did so well, but Jester was the one setting up these plays in bot lane again and again, getting him so far ahead. So I definitely agree, Jester played so well and deserves that MVP. And yeah, Nigel, he got the solo kill in mid lane, he got the stuns most of the time needed, he even tried to roam. He played it as well as he could from the position he was in. So I definitely have to give it to Nigel as well from Pegasus.
Nice to have casters who agree here. This is really sad because we actually don't have anything else to show you guys tonight. Tomorrow, however, we will not be back. I'm lost on the days. Guys, tomorrow? No? Yes? No? No? What day is it today?
No.
We will not
No.
have any matches until Sunday.
I'm completely lost in the days here.
Sunday at 16 CEST will be our next match.
But Sunday is
Isn't
gonna
it
be
CET
awesome.
already on Sunday?
It actually CET, sorry, yes. By Sunday it'll be CET.
But Sunday will be awesome because Sunday we will have 2 best of 3s. We'll start out in Division 2 as today, going to see Team Lightning Fang T2 and Team Lightning Fang T4, and we did see T2 in the Division Decider. So it's gonna be exciting to see how they will pull this off and how they will do in the Division 2. And then we'll go off to one of the most exciting games this week, I think, will be Hidalgo Sport and SRG Gaming Hydra meeting up at 7 on Sunday. And these 2 teams, they're hyped. I know they were playing against each other yesterday, and I hear from both teams we're gonna win. So I'm looking forward to see how this will happen and what will be the result of this. So guys, please don't forget about us when we're holding this tiny weekend tomorrow and day after. We'll be back Sunday, fast and furious. And anything I did forget?
No.
Remember to follow all our different social platforms.
Yes.
Remember to follow everything. Like, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube. We do have the battle fight that is gonna come up when all this is done. The battle fight is already there, but the tournaments will come up when the split has vacation. Of course, if you're not here yet, please remember to join the Discord, where we are 800 people sitting, waiting and ready to talk about tonight's matches. So guys, please remember to follow us everywhere, and we will see you on Sunday.